Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to be with you in this gorgeous, really glorious space. My name is Oliver Mayer. I'm a professor at USC in School of Dramatic Arts. I'm a playwright. And luckily for the last few decades, I've been employed teaching the MFA dramatic writing classes that have come through alongside illustrious colleagues who are in the house. And I'll introduce them in a moment. But about 10 years ago, a new chapter started in at least my career at SC and even as playwright, which is that with some dear friends also in the room from USC libraries, we got together and we thought we would put some stuff on, and we realized that our other really important component was the Villa Aurora in the Pacific Palisades. So the entities, School of Dramatic Arts, Dramatic Writing, special collections at the USC libraries, and the Villa Aurora came together, and this is now, if I'm correct, the 5th iteration of what we call Feuchtwanger Refreshed. The Feuchtwanger, I think people may know, I'll give very quickly, was a really important, internationally known writer of the first half of the 20th century, and maybe really importantly was #1 on Hitler's hit list, so he must have been really good. And he had to run for his life alongside his wife, Marta, and their wonderful book collection, which grew and was lost and grew again. The stories are amazing. There's a book called The Devil in France that he wrote that talks a lot about it. Anyway, he landed in Pacific Palisades, and by a stroke of luck was able to purchase the Villa Aurora, which I know most of you, if not all of you, have seen, spent some time in. And over decades, not only did they know extraordinary people who they invited in for salons and what have you, but whether it was the University of Southern California or the German government, we've had other artists, prominent artists from around the world, and also dissidents, also people who are often wanted in their own countries, be it Myanmar, Syria, other places, who've been able to find refuge and sanctuary for periods of time and do their work. And this has continued all the way until January, when a displacement occurred and may have also displaced some of you in the house. The Palisades and the Eaton fires and the other fires were something we've all lived through, and some of us are going to be cleaning up after for a long time. And the villa, unbelievably, survived by feet. And there are photographs, and people who actually know the space know that the fire came within about 10 feet or thereabouts of the back entrance to the villa. Now, smoke damage and other problems have created havoc, but at least the building is standing, and at least for the most part, it survived. And it will again come back to what it once was, and it's something I was talking to Friedel about a little bit earlier. It's something we'll be waiting for and supporting, and it'll be an extraordinary celebration when that happens, when we're able to return to the villa. Not yet. So, the libraries, my dear friends Maria, Michaela, Taylor, and I were kind of emailing each other after the fires. We contacted Friedel and Dr. Claudia Gordon, and we thought we should do something about the fires. And I'll tell you a little bit about Feuchtwanger Refreshed just in a moment as well, but we should do something about the fires. And we brought this together probably in record time. Our MFA writers, who are also our performers tonight, have been able to write in just a couple of months short pieces which we're about to present to you that have to do not only with what we just experienced, but the fact that in 1961, the Bel Air fire very nearly did the same thing to the villa. And through the wonders of the library, the memoirs of Marta Feuchtwanger that we were able to access thanks to Taylor, thanks to everyone in special collections, we were able to get several pages of Marta's recollections of the 61 fire and compare that to the experience in January. So that was the idea, and all of the Feuchtwanger Refreshed ideas are thus. We take something that maybe existed in the collection, in the past, in history, And then we add a little mystery to it. What don't we know yet about things? How might we connect it to the present? What might it mean for us if we were to bring it alive tonight? And that's what we're doing tonight. So maybe just a couple of big thank yous. From the USC Libraries, I've said your names, I want to say them again, because I really do value your friendship, and it's meant a great deal to the school. Taylor Dwyer, thank you so much. Maria Schutz-Coburn, who's just an extraordinary friend and a colleague. I'm thrilled you're here. Michaela Ullmann, just thank you so much. From the Villa Aurora, Dr. Claudia Gordon can't be here tonight, but she's here in spirit, and she brought the wine. So we really are very pleased about that. And she's just a wonderful colleague. And Friedel Schmoranzer, thank you. Now, from the Wende Museum, this is the newest collaborator in our group. We owe you the most because we're here tonight, and I can't think of a better place to be in the entire city. And that's Kara Megan Lewis. I'm very grateful for you, and Andrew Harfa. And I do recommend anyone who has not seen the exhibits in the main room, I think you should go. I was so moved, I came back 3 days later, and am also a super gift shop. So it's a really good place for everyone to go. I want my writers to go for sure. And this is just a jewel among many jewels in LA, museums and otherwise. So I think you got the picture. There's a group of us, there are entities, there are play, and we want to hear voices. And now the point is to get out of the way. The MFA classes you see before you are the MFA year 1s, 2s, and 3s, and we're very niche. We keep things small. We've only let in 3 at a time until a few years ago, where now we only let in 2 at a time. So you are looking at the MFA, it's a 3-year MFA program, plus 1 from, is it narrative studies? I like to say creative writing. So may I ask you just in your own voices to introduce yourself to everyone? Let's start with you.
I'm Nayuk, and I am a second-year PhD candidate at USC's Creative Writing and Literature Department. My specialization is in nonfiction.
Thank you.
I'm Eliza Cooper-Schmidt. I'm a third-year dramatic writing student.
Jason Grazel, second-year dramatic writing, MFA.
Nena, I'm a first-year dramatic writing UFA. Alessandra Villegas, I'm a third-year MFA. Claire Bernstein, I'm a third-year MFA as well.
Colin Romero, I am also a first year.
I'm Mariah Dichter, she, her, Scorpio, and I'm a second year.
Fantastic. So we expect our event to take a little less than an hour. I asked everyone to write the plays short, keep them about 5 minutes. Some people went a little over, some people went right at 5 minutes, thereabouts. The other thing I asked is that the actors perform in each other's pieces. And so because we did not necessarily rehearse, we're keeping things simple. So when they're in their scenes, the scenes are happening, the actors will stand, and otherwise will sit. And I'm going to do stage directions except for the first piece, where I get to sit and just listen. So, and it is indeed the way it is on your programs. So the fire last time, and I couldn't be more grateful for all of your attendance, but even more so to work alongside you wonderful writers. And let's begin, if we could, with "The Fire Creates Its Own Storm from the Heat" by Eliza Cooper-Schmidt.
All right. The Fire Creates Its Own Storm from the Heat by me, Eliza J. Cooper-Schmidt. The following text has been curated from excerpts from a 1976 interview between Lawrence Weschler and Marta Feuchtwanger, and from the 20 non-Los Angeles-based friends and family members who texted me to ask me about the Palisades and Eden fires of January 2025.
Thank you for your time this evening, Ms. Feuchtwanger.
It is my pleasure.
Your work with and for the greater Los Angeles community is prolific, and we will be covering it in this interview extensively, though I'm hoping you might speak first on the topic of resilience.
Of course.
Resilience seems to be in your blood just as much as it was in Leon's.
Certainly.
Resilience is seeped in the soil of the very city you call home. Time and again, Los Angeles has survived.
She has. This is true.
You yourself were an eyewitness to a certain fire from November of 1961.
January 2025.
I wondered if you might speak to what you witnessed. It was all quite exciting, no?
The ding of a text message.
I'm on my way.
Exciting is a way to put it, I suppose. This certain fire, as we put it, came from far away, from Bel Air, and jumped over the freeways until it came to Pacific Palisades.
Just had to stop for gas. Should be out there in 40.
It was by chance that I discovered the fire.
Just parked. Didn't know there was a fucking fire, so there was traffic, lol.
In my head, I was like, should we be outside? Well, too late now.
By chance?
Well, sure.
I'm literally so confused. Like, seeing this is the first time I'm hearing about this. I'm in the car, so I'm Googling and driving, but it says it's in the Pacific Palisades, which is low-key close to where I live, so...
Fire is often unpredictable, unknowable fully.
I got alerts this morning. I was worried too, but I saw that for people evacuating, they're going to Westwood, which I think means we'll be fine. It's so scary though.
Wow, my phone doesn't care if I live or die, lol. That's so good to know, though. Okay, I feel better now.
No, because that can't be our last meal. We have so much more pasta to try.
How was it that you did learn of the fire then?
The sound. Outside our home, there was a terrible wind, a Santa Ana wind, and there was much noise.
Today there was a fire near me. I got some clips on my drive. I'm all safe, though. It's far enough away that it's not going to come to me.
Whoa, is that from the Santa Ana winds?
Yes, I felt the wind. It almost blew me over, laughing emoji. I had no idea about the fire till I left the house and saw the cloud. It's the second in the Malibu area in the last few weeks.
Ooh, that's crazy. I'd heard that it's the start of the windy time. Wind emoji. And I went out in the night. It was about 6 o'clock or so.
Hey, are you doing okay? We're gonna pack just in case.
And I went out to see what the noise was.
I think so. Are you okay?
I think Tess and I might go out to Palm Springs because we're nervous about the air quality, but we're all safe for now. Our building is old and I think the bad air quality will seep into our apartment a bit, so thinking I'd rather be safe than sorry.
That's so scary. Yes, better safe than...
There were even people here from Europe, reporters, to see the fire.
From Europe?
From everywhere. They wanted to know.
Eliza, you good? Everyone is talking about the fires here. Hope you're not affected.
Are you safe from the wildfires?
Oh, dude, that is so scary.
Yeah, friend, just saw the news about the Palisades fire. Are you all good?
Hey,
Oh gosh, stay safe please, heart emoji.
Just made it to Palm Springs. Keeping posted on how you're doing.
Wait, also LA, hello. Did the fires affect your area?
IDK if any of these fires are by where you are, but are you safe?
Hello, friend. Just wanted to check in on you. You doing okay with the fires?
Yeah,
Bro, this looks insane.
Any updates?
Hey, thanks so much for reaching out.
Hey friend, just checking in again to see how you're doing. Your neighborhood still okay?
I'm sure you're getting many texts right now, but just checking in. Hope you're safe and doing okay. Of course, LMK, if there's anything I can do. From New York.
Are you guys okay? Oh my god, how are you doing with all the fires?
Hey, hi. Yes, I'm okay.
Please be careful. I'm filming a project in Wisconsin, so I'm not in town, but just so scary.
That's good. Stay safe. Looks scary.
Yes, it's really scary, but I'm not... Hi, Eliza. I'm seeing some scary images on the news of the fires in LA, and I'm thinking about you. Hope all is well and you're staying safe. Heart emojis. Yes, I'm seeing the same stuff as you on the news. Wait, is that picture of the Hollywood sign on fire is AI generated? You know that, right?
The people who wanted to know, what did you tell them?
What I saw. Sparks. Sparks came from everywhere. Even the fire wasn't right there in front of me. The sparks came from above.
Bruh, oh my god, this is terrifying. Stay safe.
That sounds so scary, sad face. Stay safe and I hope things die down soon.
Hi. How are things going?
Hello, friend. A brief follow-up. How are you doing?
I'm still okay. Nothing has changed. Wow, how are you? It's been weeks since...
Oh man, yeah, glad you're safe, heart emoji.
Sending more love, and I hope you're still staying safe with all the fires. Yes, thank you, but how are you?
How close was the fire at this point?
Oh, it was around the house already.
Eliza J, what's happening at USC? Are you evacuated or are the fires not near the campus / surrounding area?
Oh my gosh. Hi, wow, it's been years at this point since we...
She is not near the fire.
Right, yes, I'm safe.
Thank goodness. Looks crazy out there and very sad emoji.
Wait, and then all of a sudden, on the east side of the sky, I saw a red light. Red clouds, and this spread immediately, very fast.
Good morning. I'm watching the news and I know it must be stressful given all the wildfires.
I did take a chance of speaking or texting with Scott Fenton, who is not only a firefighter that has fought wildfires alter out of California, and he's also part of the Homeland Security response. He said he looked at the fire in your address, and he said that the fire is going to burn north and east from where it is. And while anything could happen and everybody should always be prepared, he felt pretty good about your location. He did send me a 3D map that you can monitor, which I would forward to you if you want, but I'm sure you have your own schools, and I think there's one in the LA Times, which is just fine. I hope this is helpful, and I love you. Also, I think your box from home is arriving today.
Thanks.
But then it was thought it was already over, the fire. Nobody was here anymore. Everybody was evacuated but me.
Yeah, it's been heartbreaking watching from afar. Many friends and family evacuated. But our two friends' houses in Altadena were spared somehow, even though they were so close to the fire. Still devastating for so many. Stay safe, my friend, and I hope your last semester goes excellently.
I missed.
OMG, this is horrible. Just horrible. I know 3 other people who lost their homes in Altadena, and I have a friend in the Palisades who didn't know if her place was still standing. Just a nightmare.
You know, the fire creates its own storm from the heat.
Hi, heart eyes emoji. Thinking about you. All okay? I see on Amazon the purifier will be delivered tomorrow by 10 p.m. Thumbs up.
And where there is a firestorm, there's nothing you can do but wait until everything is burned out.
Hey,
Hi, heart eyes emoji.
I'm safe. And I think it's over. I went outside today.
So relieved to know the area is improving. Thumbs up. And good plan to use masks, as air particles are so small and any barrier/double up is helpful and healthful. Thumbs up.
And then things have a funny way of going back to how they were before. Always. We move forward.
Yeah. Hello?
Brilliant. Thank you for your time, Miss Feuchtwanger.
That's all you wanted to know?
Thanks to everyone who reached out.
Home is a Revolutionary Act by Clara Bernstein. Cast of characters: Marta, the keeper of books; Hilda, the helping hand; Bubba, the turtle. Place: Villa Aurora, Pacific Palisades, time 1961. Marta looks out onto the rolling hills. The fire burns in colors of peach, crimson, and rust. She stands defiant in her home. Disaster rolls around her, but she's a pillar. Bubalo, her trusty turtle, comes to sit next to her. She speaks to him.
It's easy to run from danger. We know the feeling well. A burst of air in the chest that sets your feet on fire. Running from the unknown in hopes of finding soft arms of clarity. It is times like this that show true character, true grit. We must protect our home from the elements, Bubala. These books are steeped in power and revolution and community. We cannot lose them to the fire.
Lights up on Hilda. She picks up Bubalo.
Marta, there you are.
Yes, dear?
Why are you just standing there? We need to go.
In a moment, dear.
Also, Bubba keeps running away from me.
Turtles can't run, dear.
Believe me, Bubba can run. Ouch!
He must be stressed from the ash and smoke.
He gets extra grumpy if he doesn't eat.
When is he not grumpy? He's exactly like Leon in that way.
I'm worried he'll try to bite me again. I've tried everything. Can you try?
I always have something sweet for him in my pocket. Now you try.
What is your problem?
Calm down, Hilda. Come here. I mean, look out there. It's like a moonscape.
Everything is glowing. Are those trash cans rolling down the street?
Yes, eerie, isn't it? Even the inanimate objects are fleeing.
The fire is creating its own storm from the heat. It's like the air is breathing, panting even. Marta,
Yes, dear?
aren't you scared?
Of course. How could I not be?
How are you so calm?
This house gives me strength and courage. It has a tendency to clear the mind, even when your body wants to flee. Can you not feel it?
Yes. Ow! Stop! Not again!
Oh, stop that, you cranky old man.
Can feel Leon here.
He's always here. Remember, he'd always say, I'll always be with these books no matter what.
No matter what. Do you think he'd be proud of us?
Of course, he was always so proud of thee.
I don't want to leave him here.
He's always with us, dear, wherever we go. It's time, isn't it?
I wish he wasn't, but I'm afraid so.
Go grab some more blueberries from the kitchen. We'll make a trail lead Bubala out. You know, you give that young girl a run for her money. Be nice, you cheeky old thing.
Popola smiles. They look out. The fire rages on, but so do they. Turtle and Blades by Colin Romero. Lights up on a forest burning. Turtle enters, panting, as they're moving as fast as they can.
I wish I'd left sooner. I left as soon as I could, but still, everyone evacuated but me. But hey, we persist and we keep going. That fire is fast, but these slow legs might be able to outrun it. You don't know me. You know, my father turtle always told me that our family was cursed, but I never believed him. He told me that a fire, just like this, creepy, a fire like this, nearly killed my grand turtle, his father turtle. He was the last one to escape, and he just never stopped walking, one toe at a time, one movement at a time. My dad was always so paranoid about being able to pack up and leave whenever, but I always just made fun of him. What's that thing about karma? Something about it being a beach? I wish I could see the beach one day. How long do you think it'd take for a guy like me to get to the beach? Maybe if I imagine it, I can get there faster.
Turtle closes their eyes and tries to sprint. They walk at the same pace, if not slower. Blaze enters. He's a classically trained dancer, elegantly gliding where he goes like the dance of the flames. Blaze stares at Turtle, thoroughly entertained.
What are you doing?
I'm innocent. I swear. I'm sorry. I didn't listen to you. Dad?
Turtle rolls onto his shell, sobbing, rocking side to side.
You done?
Yeah.
Are you trying to get somewhere? It doesn't seem like you're trying very hard.
I am trying. Okay, Dad,
What?
jeez.
Not going to acknowledge the obvious projecting. Not even gonna touch that.
Turtle reaches out to touch Blaze's outfit.
Don't touch that! Are you dumb?
I'm sorry. It looked pretty when you were moving.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like my whole thing.
Who are you?
I'm Blaze. The fire going on right now?
I don't think the fire looks like that.
Blaze looks at his hand to read.
I am the anthropomorphic rendition of the fire to tell this story.
What do you mean?
Do you think you are a turtle?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna take my entrance again.
Blaze exits, screams, re-enters, gliding across the stage even more beautifully than the first time.
I still don't think you're a fire.
Oh my god, you know what? Whatever. What are you doing? Are you trying to get somewhere? It doesn't seem like you're trying very hard if you are.
I'm going at my own pace. Thank you very much, Mr. Fire.
Call me Blaze. Mr. Fire is my dad.
Well, then, I'm going at my own pace. Thank you very much, Blaze.
Sorry, yeah, I can't work with this. Y'all don't pay me enough to deal with this.
Blaze elegantly dances off. Blaze screams off stage. The door slams. A more distant scream.
No way that worked. Dad was right. Our fire turned the other way because I annoyed him. I don't know whether to be embarrassed or impressed. Well, let's keep it trucking.
Turtle tries to roll back to their feet. They cannot. Turtle falls asleep like a light switch. The fire begins to dissipate until blackout. Field Trip by Alessandra Villegas. Epigraph. We pack the books in the gardener's truck. Characters, the books, 1, 2, and 3. Marta and the fire. The sound of a fire growing in the distance. Then it gets closer.
I'm hungry and growing. Different parts of me converging, coming together over hills. Feeding on brush and discarded waste and watching my embers fly. The more I eat, the hungrier I become. The more I spread, the angrier I become. Planes flying overhead, trying to sever my limbs. I won't let them. All I want to do is consume. All I want to do is...
Field trip! The day has finally arrived. I call shotgun.
Shh, can you quiet down?
This has to be a field trip. Look, it's a bus.
It looks more like a truck.
Good heavens.
You know, you don't have to still talk like that.
I haven't been opened in quite some time. I have not had a glimpse of the outside world. Or the modern language. This odor.
Like the ocean. Like the waves crashing on the shore. Like the feeling of salt spray sticking my pages together.
My illustrations! My ink will run. No one will look upon me. A travesty!
I don't smell the ocean. It smells Like barbecue?
Barbecue?
I can't believe we finally get to feel that. The ocean always looked so far away, but now we're going to her. I mean, this has to be a beach field trip, right?
I wish to be open before I enter the kingdom of heaven.
Leon never opened you? Weird, he was always opening me.
He's too fancy to be opened, too antique.
I do feel fragile.
I was open more than either of you. Liam was always scribbling down a note, putting me down, picking me back up.
I wanted to see a dolphin.
You think they're taking the entire library on a field trip?
OMG, all of our friends? This is the best day ever.
This barbecue odor. It resembles an inferno.
Inferno. That's one way to put it.
Oh, this makes sense. There are fire pits on the beach. People do barbecues there.
How would you know? I'm the only one Leanne has ever taken outside. I've actually seen a barbecue
At the beach?
in the neighbor's lawn from the backyard.
If this is to be our end in the fiery pit of the barbecue, or to have our pages drenched by salty water, I will miss you both dearly.
Don't be so dramatic. Field trips are supposed to be fun.
There's something about this place. The books. So much fuel in such small packages. And the taste. Don't get me started on the taste. What can I say? I'm what you might call a connoisseur of literature, a bibliophile,
Suddenly, a pair of hands scoop up book 3 and throw them into the truck.
My spine!
Hey, be careful. He's really old.
They must want to beat the traffic.
You really don't smell that?
The smell of freedom, you mean? The smell of letting my pages get a little sunburned, but in a good way?
It's not a barbecue. It's fire. It really is an inferno. Look over the hill.
Nothing in my wake but ash. Nothing in my wake but ash up to the ankles.
They have to be able to put it out, right?
It's moving fast.
Hey, fire! Can you go up instead? We're going to the beach.
You can't just reason with nature.
Why not? People do that in my pages all the time.
Nature isn't rational.
I want to see the ocean. I want to...
A pair of hands scoop up book 1.
Yes! Here I go! Can I have a window seat, please?
Book 1 is thrown into the truck.
Ow.
Are you okay? Hey, it looks like the fire is getting closer. Oh my god, it's so bright. It's so...
Where are you going? You think you can escape me?
Book 2 is scooped up and thrown into the truck. Marta's voice is heard.
And then came the head librarian. He's not here anymore. He's now in San Francisco, I think. He had sent a big truck here, and then we began to pack the truck.
Hey, guys. I don't think we're going to the beach.
Then the fire department said, we have no time. Everybody has to be evacuated. There is no time to pack. So we just had to throw all the books into the truck.
Are you okay? I feel the smoke.
If this is the end, I'm happy to have been in your company.
It made me so sad to see them like that, piled on top of one another. I hope they know I did the right thing.
The sounds of the fire fade into the distance and are replaced with the sounds of the road.
Do you hear that?
I can't hear anything. You're all on top of me.
I'm sorry.
I apologize. I cannot feel anything at the moment. Are my pages wrinkled?
We were too close.
I hear the ocean. I hear...
Yes, much was damaged and also lost. A lot of books. The ones we did save were brought by the university.
Hands scoop up the books and carefully place them on the shelves. The 3 books inhale deeply.
The smell. It smells...
Like us. Another library?
It smells like home.
End of play. The Comic Session, a short play inspired by interviews with Martha Feuchtwanger by Jason Gracie. Setting 1962, Villa Aurora Library after the fires. Characters Marta and Hilda. Comic book section. Marta unpacks and sorts through boxes full of books and other keepsakes in the library. She stares at a very old black metal boxy item. Hilda enters carrying another box.
Why are you carrying that? How's a young man do it?
Ugh, you seem too much in a hurry. What possible reason would he have to spend more time with old ladies like us?
Speak for yourself. I still walk nearly 3 kilometers a day.
Or Dezu. We can't be all like you, Marta. I don't recognize that.
It is from our personal stuff. I threw it in to make sure it survived, just in case.
An old camera.
A 1912 vest pocket Kodak. A wedding present.
I thought you married privately.
We did. A present to ourselves. After the fact. After, of course. What's so frivolous that the young man makes you carry to yourself? Certainly seems strong enough in that T-shirt he wore. Couldn't have worn a collar if he's paying us a visit.
Will you stop making it such a big deal? If you wanted to flirt with him, then you should have asked him to visit longer.
Pass auf deinen Mund auf.
Tell me I'm wrong.
What would Leon say?
Leon's passed. You haven't.
I'm an old woman now.
Who still has eyes to appreciate the kind young fraternity boy who helped shelter some of Leon's treasured volumes.
Our treasured volumes.
Marta eyes the box Hilda brought in.
For the love of Osli Bazo. We've got a cookbook mixed in the history of Buddhism. These kids, if you take a book out, put it back where it came from. Didn't you tell the librarians?
We were in a rush because of the fire, Marta.
Ugh, they should know better. No respect. What's this?
Appears to be a note.
Now they're trying to add to our library.
It's gotten into you today.
Spending time in here, putting everything back.
Marta looks to the camera, then puts it down, picks up a book, smells it.
I miss it. I miss the parties, the conversations.
You miss him.
Yes, I miss him.
Marta looks around the library, gets lost in the nostalgia.
Love the comic book section. Would have never thought you'd be interested in that sort of thing. Added my own to grow the collection.
What?
The note. My guess is from the young man.
There's no comic books in our coat. Give me that.
Marta snatches the note out of Hilda's hand. She reads it to herself, then checks the back to see if there's more. Suddenly a look comes across her face. She forces the note back into Hilda's chest as she rummages through his latest box. She pulls a 1950s Batman comic out of the box.
Batman?
This is what he adds to your volumes.
Ugh.
Marta sets it aside and keeps rummaging.
Marta, what in the world are you?
Marta reveals a very old comic book, The Katzenjammer Kids, Volume 1, and shows it to Hilda.
The Katzenjammer Kids. I do not know this.
Leon found this really after we married. These brothers play jokes on their stuffy, overbearing parents and tyrannical teachers.
I can see why you like it.
It's not the damn comics I'm interested in.
Marta continues to thumb through, eventually holding the compendium by the spine and shaking the pages. A square photograph loosens and falls to the floor. Hilda bends over to pick it up.
Is this what you're... Oh, my himmel. It's you. In your knickers. Tiny ones at that.
Marta picks up the photo, stares at it and smiles. Smells the photo, kisses it.
When was that taken?
Marseille. We still weren't feeling ourselves. We didn't want to get back to real life, such as it was. So Leon got the idea to buy ourselves a wedding gift as an attempt to...
So this was after?
Yes, after the miscarriage. He saved a few of them over the years. Other more scandalous ones.
Mein Frau.
Relax, Hilda. That's how we were. Or what we were before. And what we wanted to get back to.
Marta looks over to the old vest pocket Kodak sitting on the table.
This was the start of that. And then shortly after World War I broke out and we had to get out of France. But we always had this.
What if the fraternity boy...
Marta points to the Batman comic.
He must have just thought Leon was into comics and wanted to be funny.
Hilda grabs the Batman comic by the spine and shakes it. A square photograph loosens and falls to the floor. Hilda picks it up and looks.
Ist nackt, man kann seinen Schwanz sehen.
Hilda shows the picture to Marta.
Now you can stop bickering and spend that extra time with him, no?
Maybe this goes in the private collection.
They laugh. The end. The Whole Palisades is Lost by Mariah Dichter. Two turtles sit next to each other. The space around them is desolate. The space feels hollow. What once was inhabited with warmth and life is now empty. Melissa, the younger of the turtles, is slowly turning themselves around in a circle. It looks like they're just shifting to their side based on how slow they're going. Heather, the older of the turtles, looks around the space. She lets out a deep sigh.
Fuck.
Don't curse, Heather.
I'm allowed to say what I want.
You're just making things worse.
I don't think things can get worse than this. Melissa.
Melissa keeps slowly turning. She's now facing the back of the stage. She's still not made one full rotation.
Melissa, stop.
I can't.
Just calm down.
That's what I'm trying to do.
By turning in a circle.
Everything is gone, Heather. I'm not sure what to do. So I'm turning around in a circle so my brain calms down.
Melissa completes her rotation.
Are you feeling better?
No. Everything's gone. Everything and everyone. There's nothing left.
I know.
I don't know how to exist anymore.
I know. Things are bad. They literally could not be worse.
You're not helping.
You're not listening. Things could literally not be any worse.
Stop, 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 stop.
It's a good thing.
Shut the fuck up.
Melissa, language. We are currently living through the worst of the worst, and we're still alive. That means we can survive anything. We have gone through the unimaginable, and we survived. And if this is the worst things can get, that means that things can only get better. We have survived the worst, and now we only have better and the best to look forward to.
Do you actually believe that?
I have to. What's the alternative?
Things can only get better.
It helps, but I'm so scared.
Heather starts to slowly turn in a circle.
What, are you just gonna stand there?
Melissa starts to turn in a circle as well. The two turtles turn slowly, round and round.
I'm getting dizzy.
You want to stop?
I don't think I can.
Okay.
Heather and Melissa continue to turn in circles. They turn and turn. Finally, Melissa stops. Heather stops as well.
I'm dizzy.
Me too.
But I feel better.
You do?
Yeah?
Good, me too.
Things are only getting better.
Into play. Remind Me of Someone by Mayuk Barua. Prompt, everybody evacuated but me. Characters Marta, Jose, a gardener, and Lucia, Jose's wife. Jose and Lucia are on the left of the stage. Marta is on the right in front of the door. Jose and Lucia walk toward Marta.
The fire is right across the bridge, miss. Right
Jose,
here.
why are we doing this? I don't want to be stuck here.
Handsome Jose. Thank you for accepting my request. I really need these books out before the fire gets here. The fire will eat this up like butter.
You don't worry, miss. We will get these books, and you will get these books, and you safe.
Don't worry about me. I will be here. I miss young men around feet.
Is that woman seriously touching my husband?
Lucia, shut up. That's Madam.
I know, and I can still pull a punch.
Jose and Lucia walk to the left from the right where the truck is.
Jose, can you help me pick up these books?
Sure, miss. Let me get these ones up.
We don't have time. Let me help you with those.
Lucia, you always are the dearest, aren't you? So young, so beautiful. Jose is a lucky man.
He is. We're beautiful too.
Darling, I was anointed as an Egyptian by a very well-known writer. Let's just say I am the Cleopatra of Los Angeles.
Jose runs toward the two young women.
You have style, Miss Marta. Here, let me help you.
You better and be quick.
Here, could you go get these books in? I love them.
Marta picks a book and walks toward the truck.
Why aren't you scared?
You can't see it through my wrinkles, can you?
Oh, miss, forgive my wife. She is having her time of the month.
Speak for
the fire
yourself,
is so
miss.
close by. Miss, don't you want to just come with us?
No, Jose, this is my house. It's kept me alive. It's made of my bones. I can't leave it. I will see what happens.
Jose, she wants to stay here. Let her be. I don't, so can we be quick?
Stop it, Lucia. Stop doing this now.
All right, you guys need to go back to your home to figure it out. But Lucia, I like you. I like young men, and I like Jose. But I like you more.
And why's that?
You don't care about things, do you? Except for love.
I care about a lot of things.
Then why are you here in the middle of a fire helping an old woman?
Miss, Lucia don't understand anything.
Oh, stop it, Jose. Fine, I'll listen to you. Yes, I care about love because I know what I've lost.
I only know people like that can care about things to fight for them. Things made of sugar and home.
Sorry, I didn't.
I think Miss wants something to eat, but the fire, it's close now. We need to leave.
No, she does not. She's trying to say something.
Oh, to be young and in love. Jose, do you have a lighter?
Marta laughs.
You've gone crazy. There's a fire here and you're smoking.
I love smoking. You need to do things you love when the end is approaching, you know? I got that from an old fart of a philosopher. Jose, promise me you'll keep those books safe. Lucia, promise me.
Why?
Because when you have lived through enough horrors, something like a fire can only be enjoyed with the smoke.
You know, I don't say sorry often, but I say sorry to you because I know you love your home and no one should keep anyone away from that. You know, I wish I said you remind me of someone, but you don't remind me of anyone.
Lucia, can you stop this? Come on, let's leave.
What? Let me finish, Jose.
Let her finish.
I don't know you well, but I know women. It takes a metal bone to stand upright in bad times. And you are. You don't remind me of anyone. You're the first one I'm talking to.
You're lucky I am not a man.
Marta laughs.
You won't come with us, miss?
No, my metal bone needs some oil. Keep safe.
Keep safe.
Marta slowly walks back, and she stops to look at the fire, and she looks to the left where the truck disappears. End of play. A Whole Life In by Nina Martins. Villa Aurora, November 1961. Flames draw closer and closer. Marta walks into the main room with a box, reluctant.
A whole life in a box. How's a whole life meant to fit in a box?
Marta looks around the room, taking in the little world she's built.
I'm supposed to decide on what to take and what to let burn. It's not a reasonable request.
January 2025. Sarah, an immigrant student, runs in with a box of her own. She's much more panicked than Marta. She's not as accustomed to leaving. Marta and Sarah cannot see each other, but they can feel each other's presence.
My whole life in a box.
The whole foundation of my existence, family and friends trapped inside the frame, photos, words I've read and believed in, scribbled on the pages of books I own, clothes I wore and took off, that I protected my body or failed to do so, all supposed to fit in this box.
Marta starts to throw books and items randomly into the box.
A cookbook, a little Buddha figurine, a pair of slippers, food, God, and comfort. All of these are essential. All of these are me. They go in.
Meanwhile, Sarah is meticulously sifting through books, picking one or two to take.
It does not get easier to pack. No matter how much you move, no matter how many times I've had to do it, each time it gets harder to choose what I should leave behind. Each time I become a thinner version of myself, having to strip myself of a past and becoming someone new entirely. Can people even exist without a history?
You think you'd get less sentimental as time goes on, that you'd get used to movement, like the wind, that a constant state of flux would become second nature. Well, it does not.
I wonder if this is how my parents felt, all the times they'd had to run from fires of their own.
As a child, I was very adventurous, very scared of stillness, the soles of my feet constantly burning, having to walk fast, growing allergic to constants. Not anymore. Now I long for home.
I know how much they've longed to return to their home, and I feel like I've never really gotten to have one. Everyone needs a place to belong to.
Suddenly the flames grow, a threat. Sarah starts packing faster. Marta looks at her box, which is already overflowing.
That's good. My life no longer fits in a damn box.
So when you don't have a place of your own, then you have to cling to something else. To the clothes you wear, the shirt that still sort of smells like your sister, the book your first boyfriend wrote in the margins of. I need these things. I need something to call my own.
Sarah attempts to close her box. It won't close. She needs to throw something away. She screams in frustration. Suddenly Marta can see her. A moment.
Which version of myself will I have to leave behind?
I remember when I first left home, when I was forced to flee Germany, how much I was forced to leave behind. My whole life in a box. and everything else turned to dust. How many versions of myself will I let burn? I won't let them burn anymore.
A decision. Marta disappears into the house. Sarah continues frantically packing.
Maybe this is good. Maybe destruction is an act of divine intervention, pushing me towards a place that will want me back. This place, it does not want me back. Maybe I will finally get to look at my mother in the eye and say, I'm coming home. She would cry. She always cries.
Suddenly, Marta appears in the balcony holding a hose.
Sometimes I wonder what life would be like if I had never left. If I could have remained just one person. Let her tongue speak only the words that feel most natural.
But what about this home? I wonder what it's...
I wonder what it's like to stay. This time I have to stay.
Marta hoses down the fire. For Sarah, it begins to rain. A moment, she walks to the window.
It's raining.
The universe won't always be our salvation, but we can always be each other's.
It's raining. Oh my God, it's raining.
I don't believe destruction to be an act of divine intervention. I don't think I could live with myself if I did. I choose to believe it is some sort of mishap, a divine mistake perhaps.
Maybe destruction wasn't an act of God, but to be spared by it. Maybe that's the sign. Someone telling me I deserve to be here. Even if everything around me is telling me to leave, even if there are immigrant students across the country being taken in exile for believing in a better world, even if I myself don't always see this country as my home, a sign that I'm meant to stay.
To spare others from destruction, that's the divinity I get to hold.
Sarah notices Marta's box still overflowing all these years later.
Look at this. A little gift from heaven hidden in between everyday nothings, like packing a Buddha next to a cookbook. A life in a box, all jumbled up.
Very proud of the home I've built. I don't want to start over. I want to spit in the face of catastrophe and tell her she's no longer a friend of mine. She's no longer welcome. She's not welcome in my home.
Marta returns downstairs. She looks at Sarah.
Welcome home.
End of play. Can we please thank the writers? Ayub Barua, Eliza Coopersmith, Jason Granger, Nena Martin, Alessandra Villegas, Sarah Bernstein, Colin Romero, Mariah Dixon. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to have a little reception. Maybe we can talk a little bit, share some stories. We're so grateful to you. Thank you.